Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've had a little bit of a change on my hair. I've gone a little bit slightly darker on top just to try and blend in the blonde I had. Not sure if I like it yet. I think I like it. It's more warmer, more wintry. You're never happy with your hair. You're always trying to change. Well, I'm always trying to change my hair anyway. So today's video is going to be showing you my routine to contour with creams, just because I feel I get more of a effect when I do it with a cream. I've already got foundation on, and it's really important to get a really good base ready for contouring. I just think that that's the most important factor when doing your makeup, is getting the base right. Sometimes I don't get it right, depending on the foundation or the primer I've used. So I'm going to be using Naked to highlight, Naked Skin Highlighter, and I'm using the shade Light Warm. And then I'm going to be using also the Smashbox Shape Foundation, Studio Skin Shaping Foundation, the contour side of it. And then also to warm up around my face, I'll be using the Iconic London as well. So Iconic London is one of the best for contouring with creams. It has a really nice shade variety there, and you tend to use these two here for contouring. And obviously if you're a more darker skin tone, you would go for the end one. But they are blendable, takes a little bit of work, and contouring for me has took a lot of time, I would say, to get it down packed, to get it perfect. Or even now sometimes you'll do it wrong and you'll be one size and not even to the other. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm a pro at this. I'll be using the Smashbox first to do the contouring. So I used to go from here to here and then blend in, but now I'm sticking to more going under, like a curve to my cheekbone. So I'm going to look in the mirror and do that first line like that. So I'm going under the cheekbone, and then again just follow it round like so. So it's more like a curve. So I used to go straight down probably to about there, and it's just down too low and you end up with sideburns. So then I'll just put a little bit here on the top. And I've mentioned before how soft and creamy this formula is. And then I'm going to go down my nose, and this is the perfect shade for contouring your nose. I find it not too dark, it's just a really good shade. I think I'm going to be running out of this baby soon. I know I am, because I use it all the time. It's always that side I have an issue with it, but it'll suddenly just go out to the side. People have been doing that as well. Okay, so, and then I'll just do my jaw. And then I'm going to go in with the Iconic London contour. And to apply the Iconic London, I like using one of these brushes, because they're just like, I don't know, I find them very easy to work with when it comes to using this palette right here. And I'm going to be using the middle shade, just to give me extra warmth, because it's lighter than the Smashbox. So I like having a lot of warmth when it comes to doing it. I'm just going to go slightly next to it. And I'm going to put a little bit more just at the tops of my cheekbones. That is basically all I do for the dark shadow part of my face. I don't really do anything else. I just leave it as that. And then I'll go in with the highlighter. So sometimes I don't do both together, but because this is a contouring video, I wanted to do it all together and show you how good it is to blend it in all together and how it works out in the end. Naked, I love this concealer. I'm going to be placing the concealer under my eyes, as you've seen plenty of people do, on the forehead area, down the nose. And I like to not go too crazy with concealer, because it can look cakey. Put a little bit more down here. I don't really mind the brightness in this area, it's just under the eye you have to be very, very careful. So I am all ready to blend. I'll just zoom in real quick. So that's how I map my face out when I'm doing my contouring, and this is not an everyday thing, I'm sure you would know. This is for a evening out, and it just takes a lot of blending. Now you can use a sponge, and I'm definitely going to use a sponge for under my eye. Let me zoom you back out again. I love how it blends when I use one of these. So I'm going to start blending in first on this side of my face, and I tend to go up like this. And I've probably put quite a lot of product on today. When you've blended everything in, it's going to look so good. And I go right into the hairline. Then once I've blended this in, I'll go over it with a damp sponge just to make sure everything's really pushed into the skin. So I'm going to start this side now. And then I've got a clean damp sponge here. I'm just going to blend that in. Both sides, and you can just see it coming together. I love contouring. I think it's such a nice technique to do for makeup, and I never even did it a few years ago. So with the damp sponge, I'm obviously blending in the concealer, but I'm also going up into where I did the darker contour area, just to blend them both together so there's no like lines. So I'm just fixing this cheek here because, as you can see, it's not complete yet. I'm just going over it till I get the shadow that I want, which at the moment is looking good. And now I'm going to do my nose. I'll just use this part of the sponge for that. I'm going to go in the corners. So yeah. The shadow there is hitting that perfectly. And if you keep going, if you keep blending it in, it will end up disappearing. So you have to be careful how much you do blend, but you want it all to blend seamlessly. That's the trick. So I'm going to go back in with the Smashbox and just slightly darken that line at the top there. I'm going to use a sponge for this part. Just to give it extra depth at the top. I know there's 1,000 videos on contouring, but this is my video. And I just wanted to show you guys how I do my contouring. A lot of people seem to get on well with powders. I love powders for bronzing. And you can do really quick contouring with bronzing. Okay, that's pretty much how I like it. And then this side is the same, just keep it at the top. Just to blend everything in. Just lightly go over. I think I'm finally done. Just blend that in so everything looks seamless. And there we go. So like I said, it has took me quite a few months to get this down right, and I would say that I'm 95% happy with how I've found methods which work for me. Cream contour definitely for me is the most nicest, I find, if you want a good effect. but convenience and quickness, powders are the way to go. But like in the mirror, everything looks good, blended, shadows where I want them to be. I'm happy with that, that's not too bad. I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and just add slightly more warmth to my face, although I'm looking very, very warm already with the amount of cream contour product I put on. It's doing, you know, sometimes I think you could leave that and just use some setting spray and you'll be good to go. We don't tend to stop there, we have to usually put some powder. I like to put powder over it, but obviously nowhere near as much. But I find this just blends everything in to how I want it to be, but I don't want it to take away the work which took, you know, a good 15 or so minutes. Slightly in there. I'm looking very bronzy. Better put some on my neck. Need to get a spray tan. Look at them cheekbones. How's it looking? What are we thinking? Is the contouring working for me? Did I do a decent enough job? Let me know in the comments below. Tell me how you guys, what works for you guys contouring. I think, if I say so myself, that's not too bad. I'm going to finish my makeup off and I'll be back on the camera in a second just to say goodbye and yeah, talk a bit more about contouring. Okay guys, I've got my makeup on now. I didn't realise when I was filming before I had missed a spot under my nose right here when I forgot to blend it in. I apologise for that, my bad. So I've finished my makeup. Hope the video wasn't too long and boring. I know there's a whole bunch of contouring videos out there, but I just wanted to get mine out there. That was full on contour, that wasn't an everyday routine. So I hope you enjoyed it and I'll be back soon with another video. Take care and I'll see you soon.